Do I need a social security number in the USA or enluted in the UK before I can use Shopify payment gateways as a non-resident? We are going to answer those burning questions here in this video. But before we dive in, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. We're here to help you crush it in the e-commerce world, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. All right, let's get into it. So imagine you've got this amazing idea for an online store. You've spent hours picking the perfect hot-selling products, designing your Shopify store, and practicing your happy dance for when those sales start rolling in. But then, bam, you hit a wall. Shopify is asking for information you don't have, and suddenly, your dreams feel like they're slipping away. I get it. It feels like you're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a unicycle blindfolded. But don't worry, my friend. We're about to break it all down and get you back on track to e-commerce stardom. Let's start with our friends in the USA or those looking to sell there. Here's the deal. If you're a US resident, you've got it a bit easier. You can use your social security number to set up Shopify Payments. It's like your golden ticket to the e-commerce chocolate factory. But here's where it gets interesting. You don't actually need an LLC to start. You can begin as a sole proprietor using your social security number for tax purposes. But forming an LLC has its perks. It can protect your personal assets, give you some tax advantages, and make you look more professional. Fake it till you make it, right? If you do form an LLC, you'll get an EIN. Think of it as a social security number for your business. You can use either your SSN or EIN when setting up Shopify Payments. Now, for all of you entrepreneurs beyond US borders, I see you. You're probably thinking, great, another roadblock. But hang tight, because I've got some good news for you. You don't need a social security number. Breathe that sigh of relief. What you do need is to form a US company. Here's the quick and dirty. You need to create a US LLC, get an EIN, snag a US address, set up a US bank account, and get a US phone number. Don't worry, there are services that can help you with all of this. Once you have your US company set up, you'll use your EIN instead of a social security number. It's like a secret handshake that gets you into the Shopify Payments Club. Now let's hop across the Atlantic and talk about the UK situation. Tea's on, crumpets are ready, let's dive in. If you're a UK resident, you're in luck. You don't need to form an LTD company right off the bat to use Shopify Payments. You can start as a sole trader. But like our American friends, there are benefits to forming a limited company. It can protect your personal assets, potentially save you some tax money, and give you a more professional image. For those of you outside the UK but wanting to sell to this loving nation, here's what you need to know. You don't necessarily need to register an LTD company in the UK to use Shopify payment gateways. But having a UK LTD company can make things smoother, especially when dealing with suppliers and customers. If you decide to form a UK LTD company, you'll need a registered office address in the UK, at least one director, and at least one shareholder. But don't let that scare you off. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of setting up Shopify Payments in both scenarios. For the US, here's what you do. First, create your Shopify account. Link in the video description with a 1-month free trial. Then go to Settings and click on Payment Providers. Select Shopify Payments and click Activate. Now, here's where it gets important. If you're a US resident, you'll use your personal info and social security number, or your EIN if you have an LLC. If you're not a US resident, you'll use your US LLC info and EIN. Then, provide your banking information for payouts, review the terms of service, and you're good to go. For the UK, the process is similar. Create your Shopify account, go to Settings, then Payment Providers, select Shopify Payments, and activate it. If you're a UK resident, you'll use your personal info or LTD company details. If you're not a UK resident, use your UK LTD company details if you have one, or your personal details if you're operating as a sole trader. Provide your banking info, accept the terms, and you're set. But what if Shopify Payments is giving you serious issues? Don't worry, there are other fish in the sea. You've got options like PayPal, Stripe, 2Checkout, Google Pay, and Amazon Pay. Each of these has its own set of requirements, so be sure to do your homework before committing. Now here's where our story takes an interesting turn. Remember how I mentioned forming a company? Well, I've got some exciting news for you. If you want to do business in the UK, check out First Formation Company for UK LTD company registration. They can help you register your company for free. You only pay the state filing fees. How's that for a plot twist? The link is in the description below, so you can focus on growing and scaling your dropshipping business. And for our US friends, or those looking to set up shop in the US, take a look at Bizee for LLC registration. Again, you'll find the link in the description. As we wrap up our whirlwind tour of Shopify Payments, let's recap the key points. You don't always need a social security number or LTD to start selling on Shopify. But forming a company, whether it's an LLC in the US or an LTD in the UK, can make things easier in the long run and provide some nice benefits. If you're not a resident of the US or UK, you've still got options. It might take a bit more work, but it's totally doable. And remember, there are always alternative payment gateways if Shopify Payments isn't available to you. The most important thing to remember is this: don't let these hurdles discourage you. Every great business started somewhere. Today, you might be wrestling with EINs and LTD registrations, but tomorrow, you could be the next big thing in e-commerce. Take it one step at a time. Use the resources available to you. And before you know it, you'll be watching those sales roll in. Who knows? Maybe you'll even invent a new happy dance to celebrate your success. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you set up Shopify Payments as a non-resident? What was your experience like? Drop a comment below and let's chat. And hey, if this video helped you out, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow aspiring entrepreneurs. Hit that subscribe button if you want more e-commerce tips and tricks. And remember to click that notification bell so you never miss a video. Before we go, let me leave you with this thought. Every successful e-commerce entrepreneur started exactly where you are right now. They had the same questions, the same doubts, the same challenges, but they pushed through, and so can you. So go out there and start building your e-commerce empire. Whether you're in the US, the UK, or anywhere else in the world, you've got this, and we'll be right here cheering you on every step of the way. Until next time, keep dreaming big and selling bigger. I signed off. See you in the next video.